All right, welcome back. Big data is big fun and it's big insightful. Skot Covert, Director of Digital Media for Impact Management Group, is with me to look at some data from social media as it relates to the recently concluded regular legislative session. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Tell me a little bit about what you brought to the table here. What's this universe of data we're going to look at today?
So we looked at online posts from any platform you can imagine that might relate to the Arkansas legislature, and we found that nearly 80,000 posts were sent during that time frame from the state of Arkansas about the state legislature. Most of those came from Twitter, which is probably no surprise, but other platforms certainly showed up on the radar as well.
All right, well, so now who's active on Twitter and on these other platforms here?
Sure. Well, surprisingly, the Democrats or left of center individuals online composed of 60% of the 80,000 tweets that were sent online.
That's a little bit surprising because I thought Republicans were a little bit early adopters of that space. In
2011, Michael Cook railed on Arkansas Democrats for their weak online presence, but they have caught up, and not only have they caught up, but they have surpassed Republicans. In fact, 60% of them are left of center, only 20% are right of center, and then another 20% is what I call neutrals. That's journalists such as yourself, news outlets like KATV, and other media organizations.
All right, let's look through some of the data that shows how emotional versus news or fact-related some of this stuff is.
So obviously, again, stating most of these were sent by Democrats, the emotional categories are as no surprise as well. Profanity shows up, disagreement, religion, intent, insult, disappointment. These are the different emotional categories that out of those 80,000 tweets could be summarized into, and it doesn't paint a happy picture.
Only 2% a happy occurrences here. So.
Only 2%.
All right, what else do we have here?
So we also looked at sentiment, both on the positive and negative side, to see if there were any correlation between positive and negative or right of center, left of center, and there wasn't. Democrats are again sharing the most positive sentiment. Dr. Lisa Corrigan at the U of A, definitely left of center. Representative Greg Letting, AACF, and yourself are sharing some.
Right down there. He's very positive right there.
Very positive. But the same thing can be found on the negative side. It's all Democrats. There's Republicans just don't show up. And so we found that, again, this session, no matter which angle you look at, Democrats showed up online and did a very good job.
All right, let's look at the next slide here. I think it deals with some of the big events that took place. And this is when we see social media spike, obviously.
That's right. This timeline shows from the beginning of the legislature to the end. And really not a whole lot of surprises. The healthcare speech that the governor gave at UAMS regarding his plans for the future of the private option. Campus carry comes up twice. If you remember, it was killed in committee in early February, then it was brought up again. I will say both of these two spikes are generally driven by the Young Democrats of Arkansas. They did a very good job at organizing their peers online, and so most of those two spikes are driven by those folks.
Yeah, Common Core and then RFRA is just off the chart here.
No surprise there. It was a very controversial issue that a lot of people talked about. Upwards of around 2,000 people were talking about it per day, and obviously that went on for about a week and a half.
Wow. Good stuff. All right, Skot Covert, this is really, really good stuff. Thank you.
Thank you.
You'll come back, bring some more of this stuff with you?
We'll do it.
All right, appreciate that. All right, when we come back from this word from our sponsors, we are going to take a look at our political roundtable. Janelle Lilly, Frank Scott, Steve Bronner join me to talk about the special session that's coming up and much more.